The next full moon is going to be something really special. On the night of September 7th, going into the 8th, almost 6.2 billion people across the world will get the chance to see it turn blood red. That's about 77% of everyone on Earth. This amazing event is called a total lunar eclipse, but most people know it as a blood moon. It's one of those moments where you don't need fancy equipment or glasses, just your own eyes and a clear sky. So what's happening here? During a lunar eclipse, the Earth moves right between the sun and the moon. When that happens, Earth's shadow covers the moon. Instead of the moon disappearing completely, it starts glowing in this deep red or coppery color. And that's why it's called a blood moon. It almost looks like something from a movie, but it's all natural science at work. This eclipse is going to last longer than the one we had back in March. The total red phase will stay for about 1 hour and 22 minutes. That's plenty of time to go outside, grab a blanket, and just enjoy one of the coolest space shows you'll ever see. Unlike solar eclipses, where only certain places can watch, this lunar eclipse can be seen anywhere the moon is above the horizon. That means if the moon is up where you are, you're in luck. But the real question is, why does the moon turn red instead of just going dark? The answer is Earth's atmosphere. You know how the sky turns red or orange during sunrise and sunset? The same thing happens here. When sunlight passes through Earth's atmosphere, the shorter blue light gets scattered away, while the red and orange light bends around the Earth and shines onto the moon. That's why the moon doesn't go black, but instead glows like a burning ember in the sky. The exact shade of red depends on what's happening in our atmosphere at the time. If there's a lot of dust, pollution, or even volcanic ash, the moon could look really dark red or even brownish. If the air is clear, it might be more orange or copper. So every blood moon looks a little different, which makes each one unique. Now imagine if you were standing on the moon during this eclipse. What you would see is wild. The Earth would be blocking the sun, but instead of seeing total darkness, you'd see a giant ring of red light all around the Earth's edges. That's every sunrise and sunset on Earth happening at the same time. And because there's no atmosphere on the moon to hold heat, the temperature would drop super fast from over 220 degrees Fahrenheit in the sunlight to below 100 degrees in the shadow. That kind of extreme change can even crack rocks on the moon's surface. Let's talk about timing. The eclipse will start on September 7th at 15:28 UTC, with a very subtle dimming called the penumbral phase. That's when the moon just barely touches Earth's outer shadow. The real action begins about an hour later when the partial eclipse starts. That's when it looks like a bite is being taken out of the moon. The total eclipse, the blood moon phase, will begin at 17:30 UTC and last all the way until 18:52 UTC. That's 82 minutes of red moon magic. After that, the moon will slowly come out of the shadow and return to normal by 20:55 UTC. So where can you see it best? If you live in India, China, Russia, East Africa, or Western Australia, you'll get the full show from start to finish. People in the UK and Western Europe will catch the eclipse as the moon rises. Unfortunately, people in North America won't see this one. But don't worry, there are always more eclipses coming. Here's something extra cool. While you're watching the blood moon, you might notice a bright star-like object near it. That's not a star, it's Saturn. Saturn is at its brightest right now because it's at opposition this month. That means it's directly opposite the sun from Earth, so it shines super bright in the night sky. On the very next night, September 8th, Saturn will look even closer to the moon in what's called a conjunction. If you have a telescope, you can even try spotting its rings. Though from Earth they'll look almost flat right now because of the angle. And that's not all. This lunar eclipse is followed by a partial solar eclipse on September 21st, visible in parts of Antarctica, Australia, and New Zealand. Plus, the last 3 full moons of 2025 will all be supermoons, with November 5th being the biggest and brightest of the year. So skywatchers, there's a lot to look forward to. This blood moon is more than just a pretty sight. It's a reminder of how the Earth, moon, and sun line up in this perfect cosmic dance. Billions of people will be able to look up and share the same view at the same time, no matter where they are. That's what makes it so amazing. So mark your calendars for September 7th, grab your family or friends, and make some time to step outside. You don't need anything special, just your eyes and a sense of wonder.